Hello, welcome to VEDA Day 11. Today, since apparently I got some good feedback yesterday about just chatting it up, today I want to tell you a little bit about, I guess, my childhood or whatever. So, I want to tell you all about my mom and the awesomeness of my mom. Growing up, my mom, she didn't go to the store and just buy my Halloween costume. She made my Halloween costumes every year that I can remember up until she moved to California and I stayed behind in Virginia with my dad. And we would be entered into competitions at, Walmart or Target or whatever. And my mom would win so much money and we would win so much candy. It was ridiculous. I remember one year, I won 8 pounds of candy and my sister won 6 pounds of candy. Like, we won candy out the butt. We didn't even need to go trick-or-treating. So I want to tell you a couple of those costumes, and then I want to tell you a couple of the costumes that I've made, and I will insert some pictures. I don't have pictures of any of the costumes she made me, and I think she's got them all in her hope chest full of pictures in Michigan, or else I would love to show you them because they're amazing. They're not like cheaply made. They're awesome costumes, but I can show you a couple of the costumes that I've made, and I will insert pictures of those. Okay, so the first year that I can remember was 4. Now, I don't remember most of the, I don't remember trick-or-treating or anything like that. The only thing I remember is at the end of Halloween, I remember bawling my eyes out when my mom took my costume off to throw it in the trash, which I don't know why she threw them away, but... and then I remember my grandpa cutting out the front of it so that way I could keep that. And it was under my bed for years. But the first year, I was a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. And my mom took a big cardboard box, full-size cardboard box. And she hand-painted every single noodle with the fork and everything. So I was it had the ingredients down the side and, the facts and everything. She literally made a whole box of Kraft macaroni and cheese. And my sister was an old-fashioned cash register, the one with the little pull handle and the little boop, and her face was where it would say like 25 cents or whatever. So that was the first year that I remember. I was 4 and my sister was 3. The next year I remember was kind of a normal costume, but it was really neat. I was a spider, and what she did is, I was in kindergarten. She took a black leotard, and then I had like black tights or something on. And then what she did is she put my arms in black stockings, and then she sewed on 3 more sets of black stockings on each side. No, 2 more sets, because my legs would have been considered the other legs. 2 more sets of black stockings on each side of the leotards, and then stuffed them. And then she sewed fishing wire from here down to the arms, so that way when I moved this arm, the other arms would move with it, which I thought was super cool. That'd be a good Pinterest thing. Maybe I should pin that. And that year my sister was the Little Mermaid. That's the only year I can remember that we didn't go pretty much hand in hand. But she was Little Mermaid. My sister's got long red hair, so that made sense. She had the little shell bra and the full tail and whatever. So it was really cute. My mom handmade all that. It wasn't a store-bought costume. The next couple years get I don't remember which came first, so I'm just going to kind of go through them. One year I was a double stuffed Oreo. She took 2 pieces of cardboard and made like a sandwich board around me. I wore all white, so I was like the cream filling or whatever. And then they took pipe cleaners and did every single little triangle all the way over. And then it had the square and it said Oreo on it. So I was a double stuffed Oreo. And my sister was a half a gallon of milk. They made like a whole carton of milk out of my sister. It was really cool, and it had on the side, it had a big picture of her, and it said like lost child and stuff. It was really cute. One year I was an old-fashioned box of popcorn, so big cardboard box with the little scalloped top, and then they painted my face and my hair white, and then they took big giant pieces of cotton and put it around me, so I was the big fashion box of popcorn. And my sister was a Reese's peanut butter cup, the whole orange packaging. One year, which I may get some crap for it, but I think this is the year my mom won $150 for me and $100 for my sister. I was a box of Marble Reds. So, I mean, like, my head was, the top was flipped back, and my head was one of the cigarettes, so they painted the top of my head, like, brown, I guess. And then I wore white. And then they hand drew all the little horses on it. It was perfect from what I can remember. On the side, it said Surgeon General's warning, don't smoke. And my sister, because she had the red hair, she was a Zippo lighter, and they took her hair and they sprayed it straight up, and she was like the flame. It was a pretty cool costume, if I remember correctly. A lot of these I don't really remember because I was, between 5 and 10. So, one year I was a television remote, and my sister was the TV. And then the last one I remember is my sister was a record, and I was a giant record player. And I had a little box that said 25 cents, and that's where you stuck the candy, and the candy would fall into a bag. And then I had a tape deck inside, because tape decks were cool back then, and I'd press play when somebody would put candy in. So, those are the years that I remember. Now, I also know my mom she made my brother a 6-cylinder car engine. I don't remember what it was, but some part of the 6-cylinder car engine, the carburetor, I think. She also made him pretty much a functional 8-foot-long pinball machine. He was the back of it, and then it came out and it was on wheels, and it was, I think it was 2, so I don't obviously remember that. He would have been 6 or 7 at that point, so I don't remember that. So there's that. Now, some of the costumes that I made, or me and Vaughn made, 2 years ago, and like I said, I'll insert photos. 2 years ago, I made Vaughn a beer pong cup, the big red Solo cup, and then I attached a balloon to it that said beer pong, and I'll attach a picture of that now. And then last year, my department at work did, we did a Mario theme. Everything was Mario for our department. Our little overhead boxes that we can put our stuff in, we made those the little blocks and the little question mark blocks. Whatever. So, for that, I was Bowser, and me and Vaughn handmade that costume. Vaughn mainly handmade that costume because, he's a really good sewer. I married an amazing sewer. But I'll insert a picture of that here. And yeah, so I plan on doing this for our children when they get older, because I think homemade costumes are the coolest costumes ever. I already have an idea for if and when I have a boy. I want to have Vaughn kind of dress up like Tom Hanks with like shaggy long hair, and then I want to dress up the baby in like a big white volleyball with a big red handprint, and he can be Wilson because it'd be super cute. But I have some really awesome ideas for my kids too, so I plan on doing that. So anyways, so that is my Halloween costume story. And I will see you guys tomorrow for VEDA Day 12.